All right, this is the Friday main event, Class 2A Region Preview Show. I am Mike Molder. He is Mr. Lee Teat. And again, we are the Friday main event. Hope you guys caught the 1A edition last night, Lee. 2A edition will be more of the same. 2A last year dominated again by Peabody. They won't have to worry about Peabody this year.
No.
Peabody, as we know, moves down to 1A. But still a lot of good teams in Class 2A, and
Yes,
we'll get right into that. We'll start things off, Lee, and we'll talk about uh, Class 2A Region 1. And
hmm
Region 1, I think, is going to be very competitive again this year, Lee. We like the Hampton Bulldogs and South Green Rebels. I think will be the two uh, big dogs
I think so.
competing for this region title again this year.
hmm
South Green did pick up the region title last year, but Hampton with Connor Jones back at quarterback, Morgan Lyons, McKinley Kuhn, big offensive
hmm
lineman. I think they're going to be really tough this year, especially Connor Jones. That's all the talk on Coach T about how good athlete he is. And again, at 92, Mike Lunsford, I think his squad, uh, they'll be tough.
I think so. I really do. Their non-region games are Pigeon Forge, Johnson County, Gallenberg Pittman GP. Just had a coaching move there,
Yeah.
and then Daniel Boone. I think the Bulldogs are gonna be right on track again.
Well, Class 2A, Lee, I failed to mention that they'll remain a 48 team class
hmm
like they were last year. Still only 21 teams over here on the east side of the state.
hmm
18 of the 48 teams in Class 2A, that's a little bit bigger number than 1A, are going to be playing in a different region from what they played in last year.
Right.
And what we're going to see that trend as we go further into these uh, preview shows.
hmm
The higher classifications actually had even more movement.
Oh
So
yes.
it was,
Well, some of it I think was better. The region alignments are better for travel and things like that. So
yeah,
I think it's gonna work out for the best.
I think so too, Lee. But I agree with you. I think Hampton in this region one is going to be tough. I really like South Green. We had Sean Jones on
hmm
with us last year. Really enjoyed the interview with him. And Luke Myers, man, that kid is tough. He's back. He had 1,268 passing yards last year, had 1,300 rushing yards. He's the real deal. I mean, Coach Jones just went on and on and on about him, but Luke's going to give him a shot to be good again this year.
I think so too. You know, anytime you got a kid that produces 2,600 yards of total offense by himself and then 36 touchdowns, that's pretty solid. You
And they
know,
they say he's better on the other side of the ball.
that's right. You know, and they got Heater back, and then Filler's back. Derek Miller, Collins, Ely, Blair, Wagner. Um, man, South Green might be. It'd be between them and Hampton, buddy. I think for the one spot.
Yeah, I agree with you, Lee. Happy Valley at 5-4, 2-2 last year. They're going to be tough, and I forgot to mention, Lee. In this region, when they lost Sullivan North, they lost Cosby, but they did gain Cumberland Gap. So they dropped from a 5-team region down to a 4-team
hmm
region. Uh, Not a big fan of that. That's one thing I didn't like. I think uh, Class 1A went from a 4 to a 6
That's right.
over in Region 1. So now we got 2A with the 4 automatic bids in the postseason, and not a big fan of that at all. But Happy Valley, we got them projected to take that third seed. They were 5-4 last year.
hmm
Lost to Rockwood in the first round, 36-7. Andrew Little back at wide
Right.
receiver. Blake Garman at quarterback, and then Logan Groom at linebacker. Thoughts?
I think you're right, Mike. I think I like them at the three spot. Their out of region games are Johnson County, Pigeon Forge. Uh, I just don't see any movement to go up to the two or the one spot here. I think it's top heavy for
Right.
a four team region. I think the top two teams are pretty
Yeah,
separated, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
So Happy Valley, I like at the three.
Yeah, Cumberland Gap comes over to Region uh, 1,
Mhm.
and they were 4-7 last year, 1-3. They went through a coaching change.
Mhm.
Coach Klein is out after 45-52 overall record. He was 5 years there at Cumberland Gap. Brett McPherson comes in. He
Mhm.
coached in Virginia, I think, most recently, Lee, at Grayson County.
That's right.
15 years there, right around 500 record overall. Maybe a good hire.
Maybe. With
So,
verdict still out.
yep, time will tell. But Logan Daniels at wide receiver, Parton at tackle, Owens at quarterback, Napier at wide receiver, DB. They'll be in the postseason. I'll tell you that.
I think they're gonna make it.
I think they make postseason play. All right, Lee. Let's move on to Region Two. Region Two, they lost Meigs County,
Mhm.
Cumberland Gap. They gained Monterey,
And
and they
York.
gained York.
That's right.
So there'll still be a 5-team region. It's a little bit different makeup. We like Rockwood.
Mhm.
I think actually, Lee, I think there's going to be this is going to be really tough. I don't think there's a lot of separation between the top 4 teams.
I don't either, man. I think this 1 through 4 could be any combination.
Yeah.
I think early on you got to look at Rockwood for what they did last year. Coach Webb been there 25 years. Um, but you got Monterey, Oneida, York, all coming in, man. So
Yeah, no doubt. You got Colette, offensive lineman, Waldo, Turner, free safety, Story at defensive tackle, Hannibal at running back, Howell at defensive back. So what I'm getting at is they got a whole lot of returning players. I think that's the main reason why we
mhm.
elevated them to the region uh, odds-on favorite with that 8-4, 3-1 record last year.
Right.
They play Oliver Springs, Sweetwater, Kingston, Harriman, Pickett County, and McMinn Central out of region. Now you move on down to Monterey League. They made a big move. I think they were in region on the set. Was it 4? Region 4, 1A
1A,
last
yes,
year.
sir. They were in there
In
with
with
Gordonsville.
Gordonsville.
Yep.
Moved to Region 2, 2A. So that's
Mhm.
a pretty big move for Scott Hughes. 8-3, 4-1. Had a really good year last year. They were knocked out by South Pitt. They've got some dogs back. Charlton at tight end, Bowman at running back,
Mhm.
Hoover at tackle, Sparks at wide receiver, and then Bowden at wide receiver. So
Yep.
uh,
Sailors.
the Sailors, exactly, running back junior. I think Monterey is going to be pretty stout again this year. And Scott Hughes has done a really good job. 47-31 lead there in 7 years at Monterey.
Yeah, I tell you what, especially the last 2 or 3 years,
Yeah,
he's really picked the pace up there. Um, I can see. I mean, I can see this trend, continuing. But I think a little bit tougher region, top to bottom, than what he's used to. Now, Gordonsville's always going to be was giving it, trouble for them.
yeah.
Tough team to play. But I think top to bottom, that's a different region. I think Monterey's going to have a little tougher road to hoe. But I do like them, 2 or the 3 spot probably.
Yeah, Tony Lambert's on night. The Indians last year league got out to a hot start, 4-0,
Mm-hmm.
wound up losing 6 straight games. I think finished 4-5, 2-2 with a COVID loss in there, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
COVID was kind of hard on them last year.
Yes.
28-14, they fell to Hampton there in the first round. But Coach Lambert's always got a really good squad. He's 95-46
Mm-hmm.
overall, so the guy really knows how to coach. C.J. King returns as a lineman. Couch, another lineman. You like to see those senior guys up front. That's always a
Correct.
good thing. Love at wide receiver, and then you got Duncan at linebacker. So some good senior leadership for this Indian squad.
Yep, Coach Lambert knows what he's doing, and he'll be in the hunt. This is a pretty tough region, man.
Always have a good defense. They're kind of
Yep.
known for having a solid defense. York, Kerry Johnson, 3-8 in his first year there.
Mm-hmm.
He was promoted from offensive coordinator when Coach Wright stepped aside. 3-8, 3-2. I'm hearing a lot of chatter on Coach T. York is supposed to be a contender in this region. Should be pretty tough this year.
Well, one thing about York is they're always physical.
Yeah.
They're always physical, and it's a tough place to go play. I haven't seen their home away schedule yet to see how many home games they got. That is a very tough place to pick a win up.
Yeah.
Outer region schedule's pretty tough. You know, Livingston Academy, Clay County, Stone Memorial, Bledsoe. So, you know, Coach Johnson's going to be tested.
All right.
It's going to be interesting. This region is very interesting to me.
You got Wartburg Central bringing up the last spot, at least the way we see it most likely. The Bulldogs, Kevin Human at 11-31 in his 4 years there, 1-9 last year, 0-4 in region play. Well, what do they got coming back, Lee?
Well, they got Stedham, the running back, who's a senior, and then Nick Newport's a senior tight end, and then McCarty, senior quarterback, back. A lot of seniors coming back, man. Lots of seniors coming back.
And they've got some winnable games in that non-region. Of course, Coalfield pretty tough out. You got Oakdale, you got Midway, you got Jellicoe, you got Sunbright. So they've got some winnable games there figured into the non-region games, Lee.
I think so.
All right, let's move on down to Region 3. Region 3, much the same. They did gain Meigs County. Meigs County moves over from Region 2. Jason Fitzgerald, our dude. We love Coach Fitzgerald. I mean, look at his record. 154, 74, 72-18 in 7 years there at Meigs. You can put that record up against some of the best over the last 7 years, and he'll hold his own.
That's right.
So I like the Tigers a lot. Of course, they lost to Peabody in that title game last year, 35-13. But they got Logan Carroll back. And I love that kid at quarterback.
That's right.
He's a tough dude, tough downhill runner, very physical. I think I like them to at least be the favorite out the gate here in Region 3.
Did we switch our screen?
We probably did not, Lee, because you did not tell me to do that, and you know I don't remember much unless you tell me. There we go. And we did have, I'll go ahead and show just so you know, we did have Rockwood there in 2. We had the screen built, and we just failed to put it up. That's one thing about not doing this live and record. We're recording here. This is actually Friday. This show will air on Tuesday, so when we're doing it live, we got our chat session on the side, and they keep us straight.
Yeah, them guys keeping us straight all the time.
So we're relying on ourselves to keep ourselves straight, and that's probably not working out too good. But we're doing the best we can. Lee, what do you think about Bledsoe County?
Buddy, I'd like to be at that Meigs Bledsoe game. I think that's probably going to be for the region title in Region 3. I like Dwayne Tabor. He's 19-5 in 2 years there.
He's done a great job.
11-1 last year. Lost in the second round to a tough Trousdale County team.
Played them tough.
Played them real tough. They're physical. The style of play is physical. That's going to be a really interesting game. I'd like to be a fly on the wall at that one. I like Harmon Keith, buddy.
Yeah, quarterback 6'2", 175 return. I like Cadillac Seaver. How you like that name?
Well, the last running back that was named Cadillac was pretty good.
Cadillac Williams. Oh, yeah, you're exactly right. He was tough. Gunner Sweat.
Chance Boyd.
Yeah.
He's stacked. He's got a good squad coming back, dude. Off an 11-1 season.
And that, again, like you said, the 7-point loss to Trousdale County, a perennial title contender year in and year out. He's got Moore County, York, Grundy County, Sequatchie County, and Monterey as non-region games. So not a bad non-region schedule. Now, Marion County, that's a team you can't sleep on, Lee. I think they're going to be really competitive this year.
I think so, too. You know, we talked about Coach Pruitt last year. You know, he's been, I don't even know how many games that guy's been in. Over 400 he's coached, I think.
Yeah.
450 maybe. He's tough out. That's a tough out. And he's got Showalter back at the tackle spot. Tay Hutchins, there's the quarterback. Went out last year in the second round to a solid Watertown squad. As of right now, Mike, I like them at the 3.
I think so. I think that top 3 or 4 again, like the last region we discussed, is going to be tough. It's going to be a
Mm-hmm.
dogfight for those top 4 spots. Tyner Academy. It's one of the oddest dismissals I thought last year. We talked about this. We kind of hit on this last year. We didn't really like the way a legend like Wayne Turner, or 235 career wins. I don't like the way he was let go, but I try not to be judgmental and I try not to say too much. But I thought that he had earned the right to go out on his own terms. But
I agree, buddy. I think they got Tyrus Ward there, who
yeah,
was a head coach at Brainerd and at Whites Creek.
right,
Uh, like I said, it's just hard for me to imagine going from a guy who's 231 and 128. Not letting him walk on his own terms.
yeah.
That did kind of bother me a little bit, but I think Tyner is always going to have athletes. Always.
I think it worked out good for Grant Reynolds
I think it did.
though.
Um,
I was glad to see Coach Reynolds there out of East Hamilton picked up Coach Turner.
right.
That was a good hire.
But Tyner, going back to them, they're always going to have athletes.
Yeah,
Always. They got Chubb at fullback, linebacker, Blackburn running back, Hubbard's back, Taylor's back, but they did have a pretty heavy senior graduation, which is sometimes difficult when you're a new coach walking
yeah,
in.
yeah.
You got to put your system in, but we'll see. We'll see. They're always got athletes, buddy.
Tellico Plains Bears. They were 4-7, 1-3. Lee Teat lost to
Mm-hmm.
Watertown in the first round. Major Carter's back at wide receiver. Hollinghead quarterback, 709 yards passing, 320 yards rushing.
Mm-hmm.
So they got a potential dual threat, somewhat of a dual threat there. Logan Cox at running back, Reed Shaw senior, and then Miller at guard and Phillips at
Mm-hmm.
guard. So you got some meat coming back up front.
Mm-hmm.
4-7, 1-3. I don't know if there's any room for them to move up.
I don't see it.
They went this region went from 5 teams to 6 teams.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 teams this year are going to miss out, and the way we see it, probably Tellico Plains and this other team, Polk County, the
Mm-hmm.
Wildcats. I think you'd have to favor the other 4 teams to get ahead of them as far as the postseason spots goes. Rusty Brewer 0-20 in 2 years out of Polk County. They haven't had much success.
I'd like to see them get a win.
I'd like to see them get a win. They've got Copper Basin, Sequoia, McMinn Central, Cumberland County, and Lookout Valley. They may have a possibility of a win somewhere in there. I don't see them picking up a region win.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, man, when you're on a 20-game skid, you'll take whatever you can get.
That's right.
Moving on to Region 4.
Gonna get your screen.
Change the screen. Thank you, Lee. Good job by you. So Region 4 it is, and I really couldn't put one team up at the top of this one, Lee, because over the last 2 or 3 years, these teams have beat each other up.
Mm-hmm.
Watertown, unfortunately, has got the region titles. Trousdale County's got the postseason wins.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's been the last 2, maybe the last 3 years, definitely the last 2.
Yep.
Watertown fell to Trousdale 21-13. They're in that quarterfinal game. They've got Braden Casino back at quarterback, and our buddy Braden Watts, his dad, we work with him there at Nissan. Brady Watts, he's a safety senior, really good football player. A lot of talent back for the Purple Tigers.
I think so, and they're always gonna be solid. I like Casino. Good quarterback right there, man. Don't turn the ball over a lot. He's smart. They're gonna play good defense. This region's a lot like I think the last one that's top heavy. The top 2 teams I think are separated themselves a little bit.
Yeah.
Their out of region schedule is Fayetteville, tough, tough, tough. Gordonsville, tough, tough, tough. Upperman, tough, tough, tough. And then Livingston, what are they, 4A or 5A now?
4.
4A.
And then DeKalb County.
DeKalb County,
That's
4A squad.
Coach Trapp's squad's always good too.
So Watertown's got a tough
4A.
out region schedule, man, and that might be purposely done to prepare them for the
Trousdale
Trousdale County matchups in
postseason.
postseason where they've struggled a little
Yep,
bit.
I think so. I think you're exactly right, Lee. But Coach Webster is a really good
Yes.
head coach, and he's got a good staff together.
Absolutely.
I know you're pretty high on Hackett, right?
Yes, sir.
The defensive coordinator. I tried to get him to put in for the Summit DC job when it came up. He said, "I'm happy where I'm at."
That's right.
So, but I was talking to Brian Coleman. I said, "Man, this dude right here's got it going on." And Coach Coleman was interested, but Coach Hackett likes where he's at.
Yes, sir.
And I don't blame him. That's a good area over there. Trousdale County, our buddy Blake Satterfield, Lee, very great, gracious host. Had us
Yes,
over there for
absolutely.
was it the semifinals last year, wasn't it, against Meigs?
Meigs, yes, sir.
Game which they fell behind. They caught up there at the end, almost pulled it out, 16-13. Meigs knocked them out in the semifinals. I think it was kind of a payback for the year before. But Blake Satterfield, 22-5 in his 2 years there at Trousdale County, got some good talent back. Claiborne at running back, I think it's going to be a load, Lee.
I think so too, man. And he's got Jess Holder, Burnley, West, Atwood.
Lost a lot of seniors, though.
He did. He lost some seniors, but Trousdale's another school for the smaller classifications that they typically reload. And Coach Satterfield, I think, does a good job with understanding his personnel.
And they'll
He
have
does a good job with that.
yeah.
And he'll do whatever he has to do to get those guys in the right spots and be successful.
And their non-region pretty tough as well, Lee. They always play Friendship Christian. They got Upperman, Macon County, Smith County, and then they got Gordonsville.
That's right.
And we think Gordonsville is going to be a pretty tough out for anybody this year. Moving on down, Lee, Westmoreland, Chad Perry, 18-16 in his 3 years there, 5-6, 3-2 in region play. Got knocked out by Marion County in the first round last year. They got a quarterback, Cameron Eden, the junior, returns. What's some other kids they got? I got Cameron's in my way.
Dawson Borders, Stafford's back as a tailback junior, Kittrell, linebacker junior, and Fishburne junior. If you look at theirs, they got a lot of junior talent coming back in Westmoreland.
Portland and Macon County is non-region games.
That's right. I like them at the 3.
Harpeth moves down from 3A to 2A. They're thrown in this region. I don't think I mentioned that, but this region loses Cascade, Jackson County, gained Harpeth and Whites Creek. I think that's pretty much a wash there. But Harpeth, Doug Loop, 3-7, 3-2. They lost to Giles County in the first round last year. Aiden Cook and Adam Bateman, a couple of linemen headed back this year. They've got Jaden Petty at wide receiver, and then Logan Johnson quarterback. I don't know if that's right or not. I kind of made a note. He had 1 TD versus 10 interceptions, Lee. If that's correct, I don't know that it is. I had that in the stats here.
Might have to take a little better care of the ball.
Might need to take a little better care of the ball. You're exactly right. East Robertson, Lee, Coach Pond, 8-13, 2 years at East Robertson, 3-7, 1-4 last year. Indians got Taylor Groves, the number 4 rated senior, according to 247. So they got a stud there.
Oh, he is a monster.
He is a monster.
Yeah, wide receiver. He is. He's a special athlete.
Now, they got Sean Groves listed as quarterback junior. I'm assuming there's a relation there.
I have no idea on that.
Either. Yeah.
Then you got Jarrett Montgomery, Carson Craig listed as a quarterback. There's also a junior. Elijah Groves, a quarterback, sophomore. One thing about East Robertson, man, is they always got a lot of athletes up there.
Yeah. And that's we talked about that earlier. Remember with Joe Burns? I think maybe some of the athletics or the athletes are getting zoned, and
East Robertson's pulling some.
It's benefiting. Yeah, it's benefiting.
But I tell you what, man, I'd be hard pressed not to put East Robertson maybe at the 3.
At the 3, 4. Yeah. Well, not knowing how Whites Creek and Harper are going to coming down, really not knowing how they're going to match up here in this 2A region.
Right.
I didn't really know where to put them at. But you're exactly right. Potentially East Robertson in the 3 or 4 spot.
That's right.
Don't really know. Whites Creek, the Cobras Lee again moving down from Class 3A 1-5, 0-4. I think they were one of the Metro teams that didn't get to play until late. Is that correct?
That's correct.
They lost a lot of games from last year. Cameron Davis returns at quarterback, Billings at running back, Gabriel Johnson at running back. Whites Creek may move up potentially into the 4th spot. Hard to say.
Yeah, sure.
Didn't get a lot of sampling from last year with the limited schedule.
That's right.
Kind of like Maplewood. I think Maplewood, if they'd been able, Coach Broom, if they'd been able to play a full schedule, would have had better results.
I think so.
Lewis County, Eagleville Community, leave Region 5 this year, Lee, and I need to swap screen. Swapping over. I missed out on Region 4 too, didn't I? Did I? Oh, well. Anyway, we are on Region 5, correct?
Yes, sir.
Straighten me out here. Cascade, Richland, and Mount Pleasant join Region 5. Cascade moves over from Region 4. I'm sure they're thankful to get away from Watertown and Trousdale County. Richland moves up from 1A to join, and Mount Pleasant moves up from 1A to join. This may be a very competitive region here.
It will be. I think it's going to be a competitive region.
I agree. Force, I think Cascade's going to be a lot better this year. I'm kind of hearing rumblings around the Bell Buckle area. They think Cascade's going to be pretty good this year. I like Forest in this region, Lee. I think Eli Stevenson's squad, 7-5, 4-1 last year. They were knocked out by Waverly in the second round. Tayton Swift returns, Braden Bauer, Wilson at tight end, and then Burchill at running back, Reggie Edmondson. A lot of kids with some playing time from last year back for this team. Eagleville, Cornersville, Marion County, non-region teams on the schedule. Pretty tough non-region.
I think so. I think he's getting them ready. Coach Stevenson's done a phenomenal job down there. In 3 years, he's done a good job.
He has.
I like him at the 1 spot in the region.
Now, what's your thoughts on Loretta, the Mustangs? Barry Daniels 5-6 in his first year there. Lost to Waverly in the first round, 43-7. Thoughts on returning players, and how do you think the Mustangs will do?
I like Loretto. Odds on right now, I like them at the 2 spot. I like Simmons, senior wide receiver they got back, and then Blake Pigg's a tackle, big tackle. Skylar Ratliff, defensive tackle. I like them linemen.
Yeah.
Kind of partial to linemen.
It kind of dictates success, especially at these smaller schools.
Anywhere, I think.
Yeah. But they got to go two-way at the smaller schools,
exactly
I guess
right.
is what I was getting at.
Yes, you got to play Ironman football. Weisenbacker's there. Joyner's back. Sophomore running back. Porter. William Weisenbacker, linebacker. So, I tell you, Baker, I'm sorry. I like Loretto at 2, Mike.
I do too. Potential cast. Well, I don't know though, Lee.
Think at 2-3.
Yeah. Well, this
up for grabs.
Yeah, I really like Nick Patterson. I think he does a good job there at Richland. They kind of slid back a little bit last year. Year before last, they had a more, they had a better year. 2-7, 1-4 this year. Peyton Sharp is a junior quarterback. I was really impressed with him. I saw him a couple of years ago. McCormick, tackle. Andrew Huff at running back. Edwards at quarterback as well. Probably more so on the linebacker on the defensive side. And then Tucker at free safety. I think Richland gets better. I also think Cascade gets better, Lee. They, like I say, they've been in a tough region with Watertown.
Yes.
Westmoreland's a solid squad. Of course, obviously, Trousdale County. I think this is going to breathe new life into the champions, getting in this balanced region. It's a lot more balanced than what they come from. And 5-6, 1-4, they did make the playoffs first time in 2 or 3 years last year. Knocked out by Bledsoe County. Maybe the champions make a run.
I like it too, Mike. Perfect timing for the move because if you look at his returners, those mostly sophomores and juniors.
Yeah.
So this is a good time for them to move, get these juniors into this region. Um, I don't know.
Connor Hull,
Yeah, man. Coach Tyre may be having
Dixon, Crouch,
some.
Brown at running back, Olive.
He might have something to say to us.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. We'll probably call Coach Tyre this year. I don't think I had a chance to get him on last year. We'll probably give him a call this year.
Yep.
Summertown, Lee, the only. I'm sorry, not the only team. One of the three teams remaining from last year, Region 5. The Eagles, Dakota Cruz takes over. He was the defense coordinator last year, takes over for Leslie Moat, 3-6. Last year they didn't win a region game. Probably had something to do with Coach Moat not coaching there this year, I would assume. But they've got a Schaefer back at quarterback, Edmonston at running back, Abbott wide receiver, Robinson wide receiver, and then they've got big Luke Chapman at defensive tackle.
Right, and they got Anakin Johnson too at tailback.
Oh yeah, I missed him. You're right. Lawrence County, Wayne County, Collinwood, Zion Christian, Lewis County, all non-region games for the new head coach. So hopefully Coach Cruz gets off to a good start here with the Eagles. Mount Pleasant, of course, our buddy Coach Bradley's out over there. Kid Hartsfield comes all the way from 6A Blackman to take over this Tiger program. That was a bit of a surprise, I thought.
I think so too. I was a bit surprised by it, but Coach Hartsfield, being from the Rutherford County 6A gauntlet that you have over there, I don't think any of these other teams are going to throw anything at him that he hasn't seen. It's just going to be a matter of what talent does he have, and can these kids adapt to what Coach Hartsfield wants to do on offense.
Right.
I don't think he's a single wing T guy. They've been running that for quite a while down there. So it'll be interesting to see how they take to the offense. But I think Coach Hartsfield he'll have them going in the right direction.
They got sophomore running back coming back, Kevan Cooper.
That's right. Strayhorn's back. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, man.
Yep. I'm going to stick with Forest Lee, but I'm going to tell you, man, the other three spots on this region, I think wide open. It's anybody's game. Moving on down to Region 6, Lee, they lost Waverly, lost Houston County. They gained Adamsville and Lewis County, which that'll be interesting.
Oh, yeah.
With Lewis County being over with Riverside. These two teams have been matched up in the postseason the last couple of years. Riverside got the better of them, of the Panthers last year, beating Coach Sharp's team 12-0 there in the second round. I didn't really know. I think I didn't swap screen. Did Kim it?
Coach Frost region, I think got pretty tough right here.
Well, there you go, Lee. I've got you're out of screen.
Well,
come on over here, sweetheart.
I can't get skinny enough.
Come on over here, sweetheart. This is another one, Lee, where I had two teams and didn't do. It was kind of a coin flip situation. Well, actually, I probably should have put Adamsville in there too. Brandon Gray has done a phenomenal job there at Adamsville. 116-60, 15 years. I mean, he's pretty darn good. They're averaging, eight wins a year there in Class 1A, 2A.
That's had a couple really good runs.
Yeah, had a couple of semifinal runs. So you probably could have put the Cardinals up there on the screen as well as a competitor for this region. But we've got Riverside, Coach Frost at the top. He's coming off of a 14-0 loss to Waverly there in the quarterfinals. He's got Trent Smith back at wide receiver, Luke Wade, Blankenship at offensive line, Hernandez at quarterback, Montgomery tight end, and then Riddick's at wide receiver. Got a lot of kids back.
Hey, he's got a pretty good out-of-region schedule. Lexington's a lot bigger school.
Yeah.
Huntington always tough. Camden, and then Humboldt. So
that Lexington game will be tough, and Huntington will be tough. Lewis County, Lee Teat, Lewis County, Bobby Sharp, one of our favorite interviews.
What can you say, man?
273 career wins there, 33 years at Lewis County. He is the godfather of tenure, I think, right now. At least if he's not, see, Knox Webb may have him.
Well, if he don't, he's close.
He's definitely among the top 2 or 3 as far as tenure goes at the same school.
And he's a wing tee guru.
And they are, yeah, he's taught a lot of clinics on it.
Mm-hmm.
11-1 last year. They didn't lose a game. Went into that Riverside game undefeated. Blake Carroll returns. He was a Mr. Football candidate, if you'll remember, Lee.
Right.
1,202 rushing yards, 16 TDs.
Yep. Trez Sparkman, huge offensive lineman there. Lincoln Brewer, Mosley. I don't know, buddy.
They did lose Ethan McCann, and that was a very key cog in that Panther team, and he's going to be. They're going to miss him. He was good on both sides of the ball, so that'll be a loss they'll have to overcome.
Yep.
Adamsville, the Cardinals, Lee, Brandon Gray, we kind of talked about him a little bit. Lost to McKenzie there in the second round last year. Carter McLemore at wide receiver, Luke Helton at wide receiver, Dornan back at tackle, Spencer offensive line. They got Matthew White back at linebacker. A lot of kids back for Adamsville.
Yep.
Adamsville 65, 3-2. They were right in the thick of it in that really tough Region 7. They move over to Region 6 now.
That's right.
So that'll be interesting because they're gonna dodge that gauntlet there with obviously with McKenzie and Peabody moving down. They were region rivals with those guys last year. So Adamsville may get some new life here in the new region.
I think so.
East Hickman, Lee, the Eagles, Chris Austin, 7-3, 3-2. He's 11-29 overall, 9-11 in 2 years at East Hickman.
Had a big turnaround last year.
Did
7-3.
He's on my Facebook page. I like Coach Austin. I think he's going to get things turned around there at East Hickman. He's got Kyle England back at quarterback. McLean Curry at running back. Aaron Gillum. Colby Tate. A lot of kids back off of that 7-3 team. So they're set to make some noise here in the region play.
I think they can get in the playoffs.
Got Mount Pleasant, Camden, Stewart County, Houston County, Richland in the non-regions. They may pick up 2 or 3 wins there as well. Scotts Hill, the Lions, Renard Woodmore, 8-13 in 2 years at Scotts Hill, 4-7 Lee, 2-3 in region play. Got knocked out by Lewis County last year in the first round.
Got Chance Rogers, Jr. Powers is coming back as a guard, senior. Jace Willis, Goff, Johnson, Clenny, Watkins, and Thomas all returning. Is there any room to get into the playoffs in this region?
Yeah, I mean, we don't really. I don't see it. I don't see them moving up.
Maybe them and East Hickman will compete.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
I'm pretty set on Riverside, Lewis County, and Adamsville.
I think that's
locking up
1 through 3 in whatever combination.
Yeah, and I would favor Hickman to get that 4th spot. Hickman County 2-8, 1-4. R.E. McDonald in his first year there, 2-8 as head coach. He's got Rock Dansby back at quarterback, 645 passing yards, 526 rushing yards. So they got a little balance there.
Pretty productive.
Yeah. So Hickman County may pick up a win or 2. They've got Wayne County, Perry County, Richland, Brewston, and Harpeth as non-region games. So potentially improve upon that 2-8 overall record.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
I don't think they see postseason. I'd be shocked.
Yep.
Region 7, they lose Peabody, McKenzie, Adamsville, and Halls. They gain Huntington, Westview, Camden, and Houston County. Tough region right here.
Yes, it is. I was looking at that.
It's always a tough region, isn't it?
Tough. It's a two A's got some parity.
Yeah.
I
think you'd have to put Westview and swap your screen, Mike. I need my chat people getting on me. They always do a good job. So we've got Huntington and Westview. We feel will be competing for that top spot here in Region 7 League. Both of these teams are new to this region. Of course, Huntington moving up, Westview moving down from 3A. I think the Chargers, of course, they got the big stud quarterback, Ty Simpson, in his senior year. He's the number 2 rated senior in 247 Sports. I believe he's already verbally committed to Clemson. Big get for Clemson. I know he had offers from several SEC schools, including Tennessee.
Yeah, did he go to Clemson or Alabama?
I thought I don't know. I thought it was Clemson. Was it Alabama?
I think it might be Alabama.
Okay, you might be right. I couldn't remember.
But anyways, he's good.
Yeah, he's very good. I don't know why I had him going to Clemson.
I'm gonna tell you something though, Mike. I got Westview, Huntington 1, 2 in any combination, but I kind of like.
I think you're right. I believe he did go to Bama. Now that I think about it,
I kind of got Huntington favored.
You like Huntington over Westview?
I give him a little slight edge. I
do. And of course,
the seniors.
Westview has Coach Neal 6-5, and then we got our buddy Eric Swinson at Huntington. He does a really good job at Huntington. 138-45 overall, 120-40 in his 13 years at Huntington. We call him at least once, sometimes twice a year. He's always a great interview. We get a kick out of him.
Yep.
Did you mention who he had coming back, Lee?
No, he's got Jacob Robertson, senior, Darius Gordon, senior, Aiden Hutcherson, senior, Elijah Flowers, running back, junior, coming back. And I like his McKenzie, Peabody, Milan out of region schedule. Also Riverside.
Wow, Milan, Peabody, McKenzie. Whew.
That's tough out of region schedule.
That's really tough.
The reason I say I kind of leaning towards Huntington maybe as the favorite in this region just a little bit over Westview is I think Coach Swinson.
Because you like Coach Swinson.
Well, I think that the style of offense he runs, I think he can keep the ball away from Simpson.
That explosive offense.
I think he can keep the ball away from him.
Oh, that's kind of what, if you'll remember, our buddy J.R. Kirby over at Covington, that was kind of philosophy they had. You know, they kept the ball out of his hands, and that seemed to work pretty good for them. I think they beat the tar out of them last 2 years.
Yep.
Union City, Lee, they've kind of fallen off a little bit from when Darren Bowling was leading the squad and winning all those state titles. 6-5 last year, 3-2. Nick Markle there in his first year again, 6-5. Got shut out by Peabody in the second round. Got some talent back though.
He does. He's got Kyrell and Durrell Littleton, both coming back. Bondurant, offensive lineman there. Keaton Brown, junior quarterback, coming back. Tackle senior and Harris Cagle. So he's got some offensive linemen and D linemen that are seniors and two pretty good backs in the backfield. So
got a lot of depth.
He does. And Union City's, I mean, they always got
they got a real nice facilities over there too.
That's right.
Camden Central, the Lions, Matt McConnell being his second year there at Camden.
I don't expect them to be 2-8 much longer.
I don't either. Coach McConnell's a really good coach. They had to take a forfeit there in the first round to Pearl Cone, a COVID forfeit. Like you say, 2-8 lead, but I think that record gets better. They're another team dropping down from 3A to 2A. So it'll be interesting to see how they adjust to that. Of course, Matt McConnell coached at Waverly for several years, so he's familiar with a lot of the traditional 2A programs anyway. So it shouldn't be a huge adjustment for him on a personal level.
Right.
Houston County, Lee, the Fighting Irish, Ormond Meadow, 21-18 in his 4 years there as head coach. 1-6, 1-3. I've talked to Coach Meadow a few times as well.
That's right.
His son Andrew returns at quarterback. He's a senior. Case Jones at O-line, and then Bryant, strong safety. Austin Wagner, another offensive lineman. You see a lot of linemen returning, Lee.
Yes, sir.
And as a quarterback, you love to see that, no doubt. So I think Houston County could get in the mix here in this region. And then Gibson County had a good year a couple of years ago. Cody Finley a good coach for that Pioneer squad, 2-8 last year. I don't want to read too much into these bad records last year league, and I know everybody was dealing with the COVID stuff, but some teams, they hit some teams a lot harder than it did
Oh Lord,
others.
yeah, man, it decimated some teams.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
or the district. Districts had some different
And it was
guidelines, and
the darn contact tracing that
yeah,
was getting most of them.
so certain districts had certain guidelines these guys were following. So you're right, you can't read, too much into it. I think your perennial powers are still there,
Yeah.
but hey, these two ways got a lot of parity.
Lane Tate, Colton Lumpkin, J.C. Phillips, Ethan Turner, Colin Skelton, some of the kids he's got
Mm,
coming back on that Gibson County squad. Uh, yeah, this region here, like you say, Lee, Region 7. I like the top two, but then I think there's a lot of separation in 3 through 6.
that's right.
I think
Could
those
be.
last two spots are kind of up for grabs.
That's right.
You gonna go along with that?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
It's the only smart thing I said all day, wasn't
Nah.
it? All right, Lee, let's swap our screen here. Let's look at our Region 8. And Region 8 is a little different makeup this year also. Lost Douglas, Tresvant, Hamilton. They gained Freedom Prep, Oak Haven, and MLK.
Mm-hmm.
So they remain 9 teams, but it's a little different 9-team region.
That's a
And,
lot, ain't it? Nine
and,
teams in a region.
and this is another situation, Lee. None of these teams played a lick of football last year. So you have no clue how to lay it out. Now, just going by returning talent that we know of, I think you'd have to put Fairley in the driver's seat with obviously Cody Jones, the number 4 rated junior,
Mm-hmm.
senior, at DB wide receiver. You got
It was number 4 rated last year and didn't get to play
yeah,
as a
that's
junior.
you just don't know.
So we'll see how much he's matured. But like you said, I think you got to go by, based off of talent, and there's tons of it down there. I think you got to give Fairley the nod right now.
And Fred Copeland, who was a former Westwood head coach, hadn't coached a lick there at Fairley. So, you don't know how well the
Yeah.
kids are going to respond to the new staff. It's impossible to predict these Shelby County teams.
Yeah, I couldn't go. I couldn't really tell you 1, 2, 3, 4
No.
right now. Mitchell.
Mitchell's typically a very good team.
Yep.
Nathan Cole's done a good job there. In 18 years, he's 141 and
That's
76.
Right.
I mean, that's an excellent record.
Mm-hmm.
Tylen Nash back at DB, Joseph Adams, Vanderman at running back, and then Gary at free safety. And again, none of these kids played last year, so I don't even know that all of those kids are back. I'm just going off of stuff that I had from 2 years ago, and I get on a huddle account. That's how I'm getting these names. I get on a team's huddle account and jot them down. But Freedom Prep, this has been a really good team moving up from 1A. They've kind of dominated that side of the state in 1A.
Got Briggs coming in. Back.
Yeah, yep,
Preseason
exactly.
All-State. Quincy Briggs, an athlete there. Tyler Woodard, Bryson Williams, Jordan Martin. Hey, Coach Cook's, 17?
Yeah.
3 years?
3 years at Frito.
I don't know, man. Cedric Miller and MAHS. Oh, man. Cameron Miller's back.
Yeah.
And number 19 senior recruit. I don't know, man. I don't really know. Like, all we can do is just talk about
I mean, I can tell you how we expected to play out, but
Right.
I mean, we're just throwing darts at the wall with a blindfold on.
Mm-hmm.
We like Fairley at 1, Mitchell at 2, Freedom at 3, and I think those 3 teams are, they could be. And you got to throw MAHS in with obviously Miller there. Moving on down, Hillcrest, with Mario Stevenson taking over.
Yeah, it's an interesting hire.
Yeah, Carl Coleman is out. He was a strength coach at University of Nevada, Lee.
Yep.
He did have coaching experience at White Station, I think, and Booker T. So he's familiar with that area.
That's correct.
Willie Taylor at offensive line, and they got a lot of linemen back. Livingston's also back. They got a Tate back, a lineman. They got Malone back. So they got a lot of meat back on the line. Who knows? Hillcrest might get in the mix. Oak Haven, another team, the Hawks. Thoughts?
I mean, no, I don't have any because I don't have anything to base them on. I mean, Kirkendall's 5-15 in 2 years. You got Carlos McDowell back, Makai Hill, S.J. Harris, and Atkins back.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to pick this region, man.
Me neither, brother. MLK Prep, they were 0-10 2 years ago. Obviously didn't play last year. Westbrooks, Hurd, Murphy, Williams, and then
DeAnthony Ford.
yeah. So I mean, they got a game against Dyersburg. Ooh, that's tough. And then Manassas, they play Mile and Lee. Jarrell Starnes is 2-8 in his 1 year, 2 years ago. He was a former defensive coordinator at Tresvan. He's got Javante Jones back at wide receiver, Admir Long, linebacker. Don't know. We don't know. I mean, that's the theme here for Region 8. We don't know. Kip rounds out that region. The Phoenix under new leadership, Terrence Ayers. Oh, wait a minute. I lied. I got him as out, Lee. I don't think they've got a head coach right now. I don't think they've named a replacement. At least I don't have it in my notes if I have. But he's out. So we don't really know what's going on with Kip. I'm gonna go with Fairley. I'm gonna go with Mitchell. I'm gonna go with Freedom as the three front runners in Region 8. You like that?
I agree.
All right, Lee. Let's quickly recap what we've got going on here for Class 2A. For those late to the party, Region 1, we like Hampton South Green to compete.
Yes, sir.
Region 2, we like Rockwood. We think Monterey, Oneida, and York are all going to be playoff contenders.
Absolutely.
Playoff teams, and it's going to be potentially a shuffle. It's just kind of a guess game. Region 2, pretty even. Region 3, we like Meigs. We think Bledsoe, Marion, and Tyner will be your other three playoff teams, and 2 through 4 flip a coin. I think they're all I'd say 2 and 3 will be Bledsoe and Marion.
Yep.
Don't know the order there. I would go Bledsoe at 2, potentially battling Meigs.
Yes.
You agree with that? Region 4, I think it'll be the same 2, Watertown, Trousdale competing there for the title.
Yes, sir.
You like all that?
Yep.
Who you like on that side of the state to get the state title? I know you like Watertown quite a bit, don't you?
Well, I liked them last year too. Meigs, man, is
Hey, until the giant bear gets knocked off, Coach Fitzgerald, I'm probably going to stay with him.
Well, with Logan Carroll, the reason I like Meigs and Watertown is they both got senior quarterbacks.
Yep, I agree. I'm going to go with Meigs repeating just because I'm a big Fitzgerald fan, and he's got a senior quarterback back. Forest, we like them in Region 5. We think Loretta, Cascade potentially compete, but I like Forest to win that region. Region 6, we like 3 teams, Riverside, Lewis County, Adamsville. I think I'd give a slight nod to Riverside, but I think that one's up for grabs.
I do too. I kind of like Lewis County.
You like Lewis County?
Because of Blake
Carroll. I'm just wondering about losing Ethan McCann. I don't know how much that's going to affect him. He was a staple in that lineup.
Right.
Region 7, we like Westview and Huntington to battle. I think Union City's a playoff team, and Cannon we expect to get much better off that 2-8 record.
I do too.
Region 8, we ain't got a damn clue. Just put it as blunt as I can, because none of these teams played last year. Going on previous seasons, we think Mitchell, Freedom, and Fairley will be your top 3 teams in the region.
I agree.
You agree with all that, Lee?
Yep.
You all right, brother. Well, this has been the Friday main event, Class 2A.
You know what we didn't talk about real quick?
What's that?
State championship games are now at Chattanooga.
Yeah, I forgot about that. We sure already got the hotel reservations.
We don't get to go to Cookville. We get to go to Chattanooga.
And we forgot to mention Coach T, too.
Yes.
CoachT.com. We appreciate Jim Thompson and all those guys over at Coach T giving us a little publicity. I'm on the site daily, multiple times a day. Man, if you want to go to a website and get a lot of information about your team and teams that you're going to be competing against in every sport. I mean, it's baseball, basketball, softball, volleyball. I mean, there's message boards for every sport in high school. And if you do enjoy the website, I strongly urge you to become a Coach T Plus member. And Lee, it's not a set amount. It's however much it's kind of like an appreciation membership. Whatever, however useful the site is, you set the price.
Yeah.
And it's donation based.
For guys like us that like high school football, we got several avenues to get information, but Coach T is a real good way to get information.
Yep.
And just the banter. I like that
I
part
do too.
of it.
I do too.
It's a good website.
Oh, except Roy, he kind of gets on my nerves. Just kidding, Roy. We love you, buddy.
He's at the Red Eye.
Yeah. What is that?
Ronnie's
Red Eye. Yeah, that's
Friday night. He's at
probably
Ronnie's
where he's.
Red
Oh,
Eye.
he told me he was going to catch the Monday show. I don't know if he'll watch the rest of them. But we love Coach T. Good deal, and I definitely urge you to become a Plus member there. All right, Mr. Teat, we're going to shut her down right here for Class 2A. We appreciate you guys joining us. Be sure and come back tomorrow night, 6 p.m., Class 3A coverage for Lee Teat. I am Mike Molder, and we are out of here.